Hey, it's me, Garrett, and I'm just coming to you from quarantine. I've actually been self-quarantined for the last 6 years, so I'm a little ahead of the curve on this one. And when you're at home, you gotta work from home. And so I've been doing a lot of commissioned illustrations, and I want to share these and talk about them because I'm really lonely and I'm looking for some feedback, and I want to interact with you. So if that sounds good, let's get into it. I did this one for a birthday party. This is a poster that commemorates the event, and it has this tarot card theme with Aquarius figures who are pouring wine into these celebratory goblets. And I think it turned out pretty good. It took me about 2 days, and I'm trying to rip off James Jean. He does a lot of this sort of liquid fluid, which mine doesn't really look like wine. It's kind of a syrupy, but you can see that James Jean he's done tarot card themed illustrations before. I have a couple of his prints. I'm a huge fan, and so I was trying to channel that, and I'm no James Jean, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I think the hands could always be a little better, but composition's good. Could use maybe some more detail on the goblets, but I don't know. Tell me what you think. I rendered the goblets in 3D and traced them. This is one thing that I feel like I have to balance time-wise, because is it going to be faster for me to trace something, or is it going to be faster to just wing it? A lot of that, I think, requires confidence that I need to build back up, because sometimes I think I can't draw something, but then I try it and it's fine. I'll give you an example on this next one. Really like how the colors turned out on this. And the theme of this illustration is sort of infinite regression of narratives within narratives. And so I have these people who are sort of like observing each other, and they don't know that they're being observed, but they go down these layers and sort of like in these little matrices or matrices. And I traced all this. And I have a video about tracing, so if you think that tracing is cheating, please watch that video and weigh in accordingly. But for me, if you look at the line art, it's very clean, and these are just stock photos of people. I think it took about a day and a half to do. And again, it's just a matter of finding the balance of what is the quickest thing, because sometimes it takes a long time to find a good stock photo to trace or to use as reference. But in this case, it's all traced. And I actually got into an argument with the client because he didn't like how I did the boxes. And then I did 3D renderings of the boxes after the fact, and they basically matched up anyway. Now I don't know where I'm at, but I mean, I'm not making that much for these. So I'm really just trying to speed things up, and I'm looking to cut corners wherever I can, because the quicker I get these done, the more I can draw and the more money I'm going to make. Give you another example of 3D modeling here. I did this one. This is the Library of Babel depiction. It's a hexagonal sort of infinite library. And you see this woman looking up into this sort of infinite shelves of books. And I made this in Blender, and I think it turned out pretty good. I feel like the books could look more like books, but the perspective view is really interesting, and that's something that I would not be able to do freehand. I have to render that out with the camera and sort of get the field of view. Also a little iffy about the colors on this one, but I think it's cool. Got the same woman hugging a dog. This is the client wanted something that showed the difference between a relationship with an animal and I guess the idea of someone choosing an animal to be their pet. And then this last one is even more conceptual. It's a story about a woman who vomits up a pin, and the client, same client, wanted a drawing of vomit, and I said, can we not do that? Like, I really don't want to draw vomit. So I gave him this other thing, like, what if we just draw a woman with a giant pin in her head to signify this imaginary pin, which is sort of the theme of the illustration. and he didn't go for that. So I ended up with this, and again, it's okay. I'm not great at drawing women, especially like a lower angle of a face is really hard for me to draw. It's kind of a monochromatic color palette. It's fine, but let me know what you think. I'm looking for critiques here, so definitely give me some feedback, and maybe we can share some notes here on what it's like to work for different clients and provide illustrations in an efficient way that's still good. And I don't know, I'd just be interested in hearing what you guys think about tracing and modeling, and maybe using some other tools and developing color palettes and things. A lot of mine, I'm trying to rip off Tomer Hanuka, which is another one of my favorite illustrators. And you'll see that I'm really trying to go for his style in some of these. And you really can't fake it. I tried to just like use the color picker and just like completely rip off his color palettes, because he has such crazy colors. But you can't really do that, because you kind of have to know some color theory and not just use the right colors, but use the right amount of colors. A lot of his stuff, I can tell, is a lot of one cool color, and then he'll use like the complementary color sparingly in just like little areas to draw attention to things, which is really effective. And I feel like I kind of did that in the box one that I drew. I'm still happy with how that turned out. If I had some more time to work on these, maybe there's some other ideas I could have incorporated. I don't know. Just feel free to weigh in here, and thanks for watching, because I'm just hanging out and just looking for some human connection here. All right, that's it. Catch you later.